Hey there my fellow designers and creatives, hope you're all doing well. This is Chetan here from Design Pilot and I am back again today with another video. This is going to be a pretty interesting video because I'm going to be showing you guys a new tool that is primarily used for prototyping. It is called Mockplus. Now this tool is pretty cool based on what it can do for prototyping, so without any further ado, let's get started. So before we get started, two things that I want to mention. Number one is I really apologize if you hear some background noise or the audio quality isn't that great. I'm recording the video a little bit in a different place, so please do forgive me for that. And the second thing is, for those of you who don't know, I am building my newsletter following, so I will be sending out weekly design resources for all of you guys once I reach a good amount. I think I have around 40 people subscribed, but by the time I reach 50 or something, I would start sending out awesome newsletters. So the first link in the description will be the link to subscribe to the newsletter, and I really appreciate it if you did. All right, so now let's get started. Now, I'm going to show you, take you around the website and tell you what it offers and, give you an idea of what the tool is about. Now, this is not a design tool. It's not a tool. Of course you can design on it, but it's not recommended for design. Now, as you can see on the screen, this is their homepage. As you can see, you guys can kind of see how the interface is. I'm going to show you the interface and show you how it works and stuff. But just going through around the website, let's go into the section about the features. And it's got all components like buttons, which you can just drag and drop, sliders, icons, scroll bars, you name it, it's got it. And it's super fast testing because you can test it on your device as well. You can download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, and you can test it directly. And it's pretty quickly, it's pretty easy to learn. Even though the user interface isn't that great to look at, it does get the job done. So that's what matters the most. And of course you have team collaboration, which is just released in their latest update, Mockplus 3. And a couple of testimonials are here which you guys can read. Now there are a ton of features over this, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm going to show you a few of the cool, interesting ones. That's some nice stuff that you can do with this. All right, so these are the new features that came up with the latest version of Mockplus. We've got some team management collaboration features. We've got some creating your own symbols or your styles, just like components in Adobe XD or in Sketch, which you can reuse multiple times without designing the same component. And we've got a lot of features. I'm going to leave you guys to read it. Now, I'm going to come on to the price right now, and then of course there is a free version, so it almost has everything that you need. But of course, if you are you've got the individual, you've got the team, and the enterprise version, these are the prices. You can check that out. Link will be in the description. And I think these guys are going to be doing a giveaway or a discount. Now, as you can see on the free individual and team and the enterprise version, basically you get everything in the free version. The only thing you don't get is the online team management. You don't get cloud storage, but you do get unlimited number of projects, which is awesome. And of course, only one person can use it. You don't get online collaborations, as I mentioned, and you get everything related to design. So as you can see, everything is there. Everything is ticked, so that's pretty good. So exporting, which is previewing and sharing, doesn't get a lot of flexibility in the free. Of course, you can do the basic exporting, which I will talk about later in the video. So you could do things like export images, export as demo package, export HTML, a lot of things which you cannot do with the free version, but I don't sure that much is required. And of course, customer service will not be there for the free version because of course you didn't pay. And there is an FAQ, which you can get started and so on and so forth. So let's actually dive into the app and take a look at how this works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on a new project for now, just to get started. If you want, you can also go ahead and open up a project. And I'll click on new project, and you can choose what size dimension you want. It could be a desktop, which could be a website, tablet, mobile phone. You've got a lot of presets. You've got the iPhone 10, which is the latest one as well. You can even go for a custom and put in your dimensions and go ahead and let's go pick iPhone 10 for now, and I click on create. Okay, so this is how the interface looks, which doesn't look pretty beautiful and vibrant and stuff, but like I said, it gets the job done. Now let me explain the interface. Now on the right side you have options to customize, which is the text, the font, the colors, and the stuff, and also the linking or the interactions that you can link. which I will show when I get to that point. And here you have the project panel. I guess this is the project panel, which has your screens and your layers and so on and so forth. And here we have 4 tabs, which is the components tab, which you can drag and drop. The next one is your pictures tab and the icons tab. The icons tab, where there are a lot of pre-built icons. You can just drag and drop, and you got the icon over here. And then there are a lot of things you can search for it. Then these are your components, or your symbols, as you would call it, which you can use multiple times. So let me quickly show you a simple interaction, a very simple basic interaction, and you would kind of understand how the concept works. So this is the home page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab in myself a text over here, which is the text. I'm just going to click, actually you need to drag and drop it actually, and I'm going to call this home page. All right, and you can go ahead and as you can see, we can change the font to whichever font you like. I'm gonna go for about a condensed, just any font. I can go ahead and change the color of this to red. Let's change the color, and of course you can increase the size of it. Now, one thing you can't do is you can't increase the size of this from here. You kind of have to go here and increase the size. All right, so that's something that I think would need improvement on. And once we have this, we said we have the home page, and I'm going to go ahead and create a button. So I'm going to go and to the components and just type in button. So we're going to get a button. I'm going to grab this and bring it over here. Let's go ahead and just double click to change the text, and we're going to call this next page. All right, so now this is a button. Let's go ahead and create a new page by creating new page, and this is going to be the second page, which is going to be I'm just going to call it page 2. I'm going to come here to the home. I'm going to select this, hold on, press Control C to copy, come back over here and press Control V to paste, and I'm going to call this page 2. All right, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and center this. Pretty good. Now you do have rulers, so I'm going to press Control R to get rid of the rulers and bring them on. So that's there. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy this button and I'm going to paste it over here, and I'm going to call this home page. All right, pretty good. So let's go back to the home page. Now this is how the interaction works. Now when you click on a page, when you click on a component or any object, you get this kind of a circle which is called as a link point. So you click on it, and all you have to do is just move it to whichever screen or element that you want it to trigger. So if I just drag it to page 2, and as you can see, it's happened, but we don't see it because we got to preview it. So let's go and click on this, which is preview or F5, and it's going to open this up. Now when I click on this, boom, we go back to the page 2. All right, that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to come back to the home. I'm going to come back to page 2, and I'm going to click on the home page, and I'm going to link this to the home. And now let's press F5 again and see how this works. So I'm on home page. I'm going to click here. So as you can see, this button is enabling me to quickly move and between the pages. So that is how the linking works. Now I'm going to come back to the home page and explain a little bit. So as you can see over here, we have 3 tabs, which is the style library. So if I click on it, it makes it a style, which I can go ahead and reuse multiple times. So for example, let's go and let's make a duplicate of this. And I'm going to go ahead and probably change the color of this to, I don't know, green color. And if I come back over here and I can click on this, it's going to automatically apply the layer style, just like layer styles in Photoshop or assets in Adobe XD. All right, so let's delete this. All right, so here we have 3 sets. We have 3 tabs actually. We have properties, we have interactions, and then we have page links. So this is basically the properties, which is all the details. You can click on auto size, which automatically fits it to the size of the text. And visible is to make it visible or not, and the borders and the radius. So you can go ahead and choose a percentage radius, which is going to make it like 50%, 60%. So I'm going to just get rid of that, and let's just keep the radius, let's say like 20. And as you can see, we've got some radius over here. Okay, I'm going to Control Z that, keep it default. A lot of stuff you can do with the text and stuff like that. So that's the basic stuff. Now moving on to the next tab, which is the interactions tab. As you can see, even though we have kind of an interaction, we don't see any details over here. Now that is because this information is stored in the page links. So basically, page links is basically the link between the pages. So as you can see, let's go back to the home page over here. We can let's select this button. All right, there we go. And as you can see, the target is page 2 and the trigger is on click and the duration is 500. Now I think this, not sure the units, but I think 1000 units is 1 second. Not quite sure about that. And the next thing is the kind of animation that happens. So that we can choose slide left. So let's quickly take a look how that works. So I'm going to click on next page, and as you can see, it swipes to the left. Pretty interesting. Let's go back over here. All right, now coming here to the button. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a new button like so. Then we can center these over here. Now I'm just gonna call this show and hide. All right, and there we go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and come here to the page link and I'm gonna delete that. I don't want that to affect any pages. All I want to do is I'm gonna click on this and drag it onto this homepage text. All right, and then you can see we've got 3 different types of triggers: on click, on a long click, and on a load. Now the difference between click, long click, and load is pretty straightforward. Clicking is you click once, long click is that you hold down your mouse button, and on load means it automatically starts the animation without you clicking. So let's go ahead and click on a click, and what we can do is we can see a lot of commands or functions. So I can make sure I can hide the element, I can move the element, I can zoom, resize, rotate, I can change the text, set the color, so many things. So for now, for simple basic understanding, let's click on show and hide. I'm going to click on OK. And now you can see over here, I added this one by mistake, so I'm going to delete this, right? And as you can see, we have the trigger, which is on click. The target is the label, which is the text, and the command is show and hide. All right, and you can also see the animation, the kind of easiness of the animation, the duration, so it's 200 milliseconds, and the delay. So let's quickly take a look at how this looks. So I'm going to click on this, and if I click on show, all right, and there you go. And I'm going to click on it again. It's going to bring that back up. All right, so pretty interesting, just like the way a button works. So there are a lot of things that you can do. You can definitely try this out, and it's pretty interesting. Okay, so the next thing you can do is stuff like searching for components. So anything you want, you just name it. You want a navigation bar, you just type in navigation bar, and let's get that navigation bar. You can click on that. Not quite sure why I can't see it. Oh, there we go. We have the navigation bar here. Pretty cool. You can delete this. Not sure if you can customize this, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think these guys should update it to the latest version, which I think they should definitely do. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves a button to show you how you can customize it. So I'm going to click on button, which is going to give me a button. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and quickly customize this to make it look good. So I'm going to go to the background, and I'm going to change this to a black color, and I'm going to click on the text. Double click on the text, and I'm going to call this button, and the button is going to be a color. Let's miss the text. All right. Oh yeah, it's over here. We're going to set this to pink. All right. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. I'm going to go and choose add to my library. So I'm going to call this. Pink black button. All right, and the library name, you can choose a different library and click on OK. So as you can see in the component section, it gets added. And what I can do is if I drag another component, and I can go ahead and change this to text. I mean, anything will do just for now. And as you can see, the text is overriding. And also I can go ahead and change the color. As you can see, the color gets changed. And if I increase the size, I can do a lot of things with it, which is pretty. And as you can see, this is quite responsive because the text is center aligned, which is pretty neat, which is really cool. And let's go ahead and change the color of the background to, I don't know, pink. And yes, there you go. Everything overrides, which is pretty awesome. Okay, another cool feature is about the format painter. Now let's click on this object, and I want to apply this to this. Now ideally I could go ahead and create in a style, and I can click on this and apply this, but that took quite a lot of clicks. So I'm going to Control Z and show you how it is done with the format painter. So click on the text, you're going to see an option called as format painter. Just click on that. It's going to prompt you something, and all you have to do is just click on this and boom, you're done. It's already applied, which is a really cool, handy tool. Okay, so now I've opened up a project that comes default with the Mockplus software, which is demo. It's basically a pre-built one, and I'm going to show you a cool thing. So let's go ahead and create a text. So I'm just going to drag in a text over here, and we got some lorem ipsum text. I'm going to make this pretty big. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this object. We don't need that. Okay, and let's and I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and make this text pretty big, so it kind of is more, so we can copy this and we can keep pasting it so it's pretty big. Okay, so now once we have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and click on the phone mockup, and I'm going to increase this down pretty much like so. And I can go ahead and increase the size of this as well, so we have a lot of text. But when I go ahead and click on preview, as you can see, we get this kind of a scrolling effect, which is automatically scrolled. You didn't have to do anything fancy. All you have to do is just increase the size of the mockup and it's there. But I want this section to kind of be fixed. So how do we do that? So as you can see over here, we've got some handles here at the top and at the bottom. And what I can do is I can just go ahead and shrink this down over here. And as you can see, it says on the black area, this area is fixed, scrolling is disabled. I'm just going to leave it like so. And now when we go ahead and press play, as you can see, there you go, this part is fixed. You didn't have to do anything complicated. You don't have to select any elements, or I mean, this looks fantastic and very easy to do as well. Now let's go ahead and add in a picture component. So I'm going to click on picture, which is going to be somewhere over here. Oh yeah, the picture is over here, so it's not a component, so I can just drag that on, and I've got an image, and there are 3 places where I can get the image from. I can get it from the web. I can just type the image URL, and also on local, I can import it from local or even Flickr. So that's 3 ways of importing your pictures. The next one is about the grid and the ruler. So if I press Ctrl R, you get the rulers, and I can go ahead and get in my guides like so. Pretty interesting. And I can, so if I click on this wrench icon, I get a lot of options like snap to guide, show grid, colors, and so on and so forth. Simple stuff. So definitely grids and guides are available in Mockplus. So another cool thing is scrolling within the screen itself. You don't scroll the entire screen, but you scroll the components inside a screen. All right, so I'm on this page, and if you quickly take a look how this works, you can see that you can scroll over here. But what if I want to scroll a certain section inside the screen itself? So what I'm trying to say is, if I go ahead and get myself a scroll box, which is a scroll box like so. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click over here and drag a component here, or double click to, or press and exit. So I'm just going to type in something by going ahead and getting some text, or actually let's delete this. Let's go ahead and drag this text over here, and we can make this pretty big, and let's go ahead and just start pasting this. So we got a lot, and then we can go here to the preview. And as you can see, I can scroll inside the screen, and I can scroll behind the screen behind the box as well. So pretty cool. Now we also have a navigation bar, or which is a sliding bar that we can add. So I'm just going to keep that over here, and I'm going to click on the menu, link that to the sliding drawer, and which is going to be a pop-up and a close or whatever that is. I'm going to click on OK, and let's quickly take a look at how that looks. And I'm going to click on menu. You can see we get this sliding bar over here, which obviously we can customize. So all you have to do is double click on it, and you get your navigation menu, which you can, I think, move to the side as well. Oh yeah, as you can see, you need to choose swipe right, I believe. And let's just add in a button, I guess. Let's just see how that looks. Double click here to edit, and then we're going to get ourselves a button, and button, come on, yeah, there we go, button. And let's play this and see how this looks. Click on menu, it comes on with the button, which you can click again, but I haven't given any actions for that. Not quite sure why it is showing on the left side though, but there should be something to fix that anyways. Alright guys, so one last thing that I wanted to show you guys was the hover state and the pressed state. So to quickly illustrate that, let me go ahead and grab myself a button over here. So if we've got a subset button, and what I'm going to do is in the properties panel over here, I'm going to go to the color. So this is the color, and as you can see, I've got an option to set the interaction state. So I'm going to click on that, and when I hover, I want the color of this green to change to, I don't know, black, I guess, just a random color. And I'm going to do the same thing for the text color as well. I'm going to click on mouse hover, and here I'm going to set this to white. So let's go and preview and see if that works. So as you can see, as I hover, the text color changes. Pretty simple. Now let's do that when I click on it. So I'm going to go back over here and choose click on, and that time I'm going to make it to a darker green, and also the color, I think let's just leave the color as it is. and I'm going to click on preview, and this time, as you can see, okay, so when I press, I get the darker green. So we got light green, I press, I get the dark green. Pretty simple. So that's pretty much it on all about Mockplus, guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out the links in the description for the promo code and the giveaway. If you have any questions or requests, let me know in the comment sections down below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing, awesome content. And I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. So till then, take care and bye-bye.